Is too much training volume hurting your ability to build muscle and strength? A little bit of research I just came across over at Stronger by Science. They were saying that there were two groups. One group did moderate volume training. They did like 10 sets per week. The other ones did 15 to 20. And the 15 to 20 group actually fared worse than the lower volume group. So after mulling this one over in my mind for a few days, I started thinking, well, why would this be? Why would more actually be worse than less? And I came up with three big reasons why this could be the case. The first reason is simply compromised intensity. Now, volume is very important, but it's not the only kid on the block. You also need a lot of intensity. Otherwise, I'd have legs like Tom Platz just because I go for a mountain bike ride, because I get more volume in my legs with a single mountain bike ride than I do in an entire month's worth of leg workouts in the gym. But of course, that's not the case because the intensity for the mountain bike ride isn't as much there. And naturally, when we have a lot more volume, like with a mountain bike ride, intensity goes down because you have to pace yourself. Even if you resolve with every fiber of your being to push to your absolute max in every set, you're just not going to be able to push as hard with less volume. The second big reason, of course, is recovery, because we know, of course, that building muscle and strength, you have to stimulus through exercise, but recovery is the other half of the equation. You gotta sleep, you gotta eat good, and you gotta just keep stress at bay and have other recovery ways to deload the stress off of your body and your nervous system and your mind and your muscles. But when we have more work, that requires more recovery. Every set and rep that you do increases the need for better sleep, better diet, and everything on those charts. And of course, it'd be great if we all got perfect 9 hours of sleep and we all had perfect diets and we didn't have any other stress in our life whatsoever. But of course, that's not the case. This is the real world. And for a lot of us, the ability to recover is the thing that's holding us back. The workouts are fine, but the recovery habits are the thing that are holding us back. So when you have even more volume on your workouts, you're just putting more gas on the fire and wondering why it's not dying down. So bringing down your volume just a little bit ensures that your current recovery habits can be all the more effective. And then the third reason, and possibly the biggest reason, is the ability to make trackable, manageable progression. In my experience with high volume training, because I've done it plenty of times in my past, is that when things get more high volume, the ability to track and ensure progression over time just gets really murky. I used to do like German volume training. So I'd look at my log and be like, okay, I got 10 reps on that one. Then it was 8, then it was 9, and then it was 7. It was all over the place. I'm like, well, that was better than last time on that set, but it wasn't on that set. Then my technique was off on that one, and the intensity was just too murky. It was all over the place, trying to herd cats. But when you have lower volume, and you got 3 sets, like in grind style calisthenics, 1, 2, and 3, you notice your differences much more with less volume. You also can maintain consistent work habits, and your exercises are very consistent from one workout to the next. So adding just a little bit of progression, a single rep, or increasing technique or tension control is much more apparent, and it's a lot easier to build off of those small differences. And again, I want to make it clear, I have nothing against like higher volume stuff, because some people, they do better with higher volume. Some people do way better with lower volume. It's not a one size fits all sort of thing. But what I wanted to do in today's video is make a counterpoint against this idea that more is always better. That as long as you just put in more effort, you're going to get better results. When in reality, I think a lot of us would be better off doing just a little bit less to improve our intensity, to improve our recovery, and make progression a lot easier to notice, track, and build off of. And that's going to be much more effective by having less volume rather than more. But of course, I'm done talking. I want to hear from you. What's your experience with the whole volume thing? Has more volume or less volume worked better for you? I want to hear from you down below in the comment section, please. And if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you very much for watching. Till then, be fit, live free.